All right, we can. Okay, let's go to this. Don't say it. Let's get it. Pep was asked about the fans expressing their opinions about Manchester City's growing ticket prices. Does he have sympathy for them?
When the fans can express the good moments or bad moments or feelings, is because the team and the club is alive. So the worst is when you cannot express. This is a club that the people can express, and they will be in touch, are in touch, we're in touch, are in touch, we'll be in touch, the fans and with the club. Only I can say that we need them. Since the minute one, we need them. We are playing for the next season, be together in a Champions League, and we need them. So, and the people can think about it whatever they want, but I know how tough is Leicester. I'm impressed how they played the last two games. They played really well against Chelsea and Aston Villa. They played really good in different ways. They are using new patterns, and they did really well. It's only I'm concerned, and we need them. We need them desperately, to achieve our success to be in the Champions League again.
He brought it back around. The addition to, I believe it's in the South Stand, should mean that there would be more season tickets available. However, the most people that I know who have season tickets, they're not sure if that's going to be the case. There's going to be a protest before the match against Leicester City, which includes the fans not going into the stadium until at least the 9th minute. Hope it all goes well and the movement is felt, that it brings conversation. Hopefully both sides can come together and agree on something that leaves both sides happy. We at Shades of Blue are always with the people. City fans are called citizens after all. We're clipper ships, which is cool. But, if there's anything else that our people do, if I can quote the prophets NWA that they said back in 1989, let me hear you say, fight the power, fight the power, fight the power, fight the power. And hey, you heard Pep. He's a man of the people. Let's all talk. Tarik, I know I'll pivot. I forgot. You were hit a little bit.
Oh, you good?
Okay.
You good? Go ahead.
I wanted to ask because you kick it with LB in the sorts, and I feel like the ticket conversation probably happens around you. You're pretty tapped in to the people right now. What is the sentiment? Do they believe that? Because it's been going around, the idea of doing this hang about. I don't want to call it like a boycott or whatever, because I want to see the levels of it. It needs to be something forceful, like the fans.
9th minute.
Yeah, like do you think that's gonna work? Do you think the people, are you hearing like everybody is in agreement that we're gonna stay out?
Well, as you know, you never get everybody to agree on anything.
Yes.
So do I think everyone will stay out? No. I think two things. You mentioned the newsstand. As I understand it, it's already been decided that they're not going to increase the number of season tickets available. So the fear is that that stand becomes filled with quote unquote tourists, not us, not foreign fans, but people who have really no interest in the match or whatever. It's just something to do. I'm in the area. Let's just go watch a match. I don't really have any ties to Man City or maybe even the other team that we're playing. It's just, I just be in the room. It's an event. That's a fear for them. And so in addition to that news or that decision being made and the fear that they have about the future, there's also the fact that, the pricing on matches feels like it keeps going up. And again, I'm not there. I'm only hearing it from them and trying to relay to you, third hand, second hand, third hand, fourth hand, whatever. But, it's, I don't remember the number. It was like 60, 70, 80 pounds to go watch us against basically relegation fodder. Um, Leicester, other these matches coming up, we're not playing, and I could look it up um in my account to see what the prices are going for, but it's pretty expensive when you think about going every week. And like I say to them, when I come over there, when I have an opportunity to go to a game, it's not going to matter how much it costs because it's a once in a lifetime event for me. So I'm going to pay whatever it's going to take. But if you live down the street and around the corner, you're not paying those inflated prices every single week. At some point, you're just like, they're pricing me out. And that's what they feel like is happening to them. It's like you're pricing it to a place where it's not feasible to have season tickets and so on and so forth. Um, so it's a little disappointing. I think they're just disappointed with the club because, you know, reality is the club has grown. We've grown. Our profile has grown. But they still want to feel like this is the club that I grew up with. This is still my neighborhood club. For me, it's a club, thousands of miles away. But for them, this is my neighborhood club. This is the club I grew up with. This is the LA Clippers when everybody was a Laker fan. We were Clipper fans. And then all of a sudden, the Clippers blow up and now you can't get tickets. That's how they feel. Everybody was going to United matches. It's cool, whatever. But they were diehards. They were always there. Now you feel like people been. There was a guy that had been season ticket holder for 30 years, giving up his tickets, can't afford it. That's just the kind of stories that you hear. So it is. I think it's very frustrating for them. And again, I don't take an opinion because I'm not there, but like you said, we're for the people, bottom line. And so, I hope that there's a resolution that everyone can live with. I won't even say that everyone's going to be happy with because that's never going to happen. But that people can live with, and we move forward. So, I don't know.
So for me, I'm gonna take this not from a right or wrong perspective, just from a comparison perspective, right? So I live in the Washington, D.C. area. For those that are familiar, the Washington Commanders have been a shit fire the last 20 years before this season. Like literally, like this season changed everything. You hit on the number 2 draft pick. He is the second coming of everything you want in a quarterback. They go to the playoffs. They compete. They win a playoff game. They upset the Lions. Like had the magical run. Now, while the season's going on, I looked this up. The Commanders' ticket prices are set to increase by 11%. This was announced mid-season, November 22nd, 2024. Season ends, for those that don't know, around the first week in January, then you have the playoffs. And I say that to say, even in a fan base who has been super supportive, has not had nearly the type of success that City fans have had in the same, let's say, last 15 years, or especially since the takeover going back further. In this area, there was no issue with that. And now I think that's cultural, right? Like America versus England when it comes to, like you say, the supporters club, it's our club, club of the people. That is a more that's their culture. Our culture is like, hey, we know there's ownership, we know how this works. It's a business who it's a team we love, and you have a right to pay or not pay. And then I looked up what's the population of Manchester? Like how many people are there? And it's like Greater Manchester has a population over like 2.9 million people. It's a pretty big area, right? So it's kind of like I truly understand it from both sides. I get the fact as a business, as things go up, prices go up, you want to keep buying players. Like these are little margins that you try to keep. As a supporter, like that story of the man who gave up his ticket after 30 years, that's terrible. And I also know, like Tarik said, there are people that want to see Man City play that will do that in the area, far wide, pick a continent, they want to come over and buy the tickets. So it's just, as you all said, I hope that resolution happens. If this wait and see, or don't go into 9 minute situation happens, this protest happens, everybody has the right to do that. It would suck for them, I think, if the goal happens while they're out there. So maybe City just kind of chills for the first 10 minutes and lets everybody kind of get in the stadium. But
They play
you
four
know,
corners
yeah,
offense.
play 4 quarters offense, just pass it around, relax. All right, we'll look at the clock. All right, it's starting to come in. Let's go, guys. Let's turn it up. Marmouche, go deep. So I hope it's the resolution. I hope City win 4-0. But sadly, this is the world we live in. This is business. Like it's very hard for me to be like, damn, like this is terrible. But it's like this is kind of the way that it works over here too.
Yeah. Last thing I want to add, this most recent announcement of Viagogo as a new ticketing partner. Sounds like we have like 9 different ticketing partners according to folks over there. And I think the frustrating thing that for them is, so you've probably all seen this account on Twitter who basically exist for the purposes of helping fans who have tickets that maybe they're not going to go. You get it in the hands of somebody who wants to go, and you do so at a price that is face value or less. Right. So no one's trying to get rich off these tickets. We're just trying to get supporters in the door, in the seats, so we can have a great atmosphere. When you go to Viagogo, all of a sudden that changes because now you can't get tickets for the same price. Now they're inflated. They're increased, just like they are here on Ticketmaster, all the different sites that we have over here. So that is a drastic change in culture for them, because it's like you're not supposed to scalp tickets. You're not supposed to resell them for more than face value. It's like this, it's a cultural thing. Whereas over here, you buy tickets, sometimes you buy them for the purposes of selling them because I can sell it for more. My kid, as you guys know, was going over there, right? She's got tickets for the Beyonce concert at Tottenham Stadium. If she bought those tickets here, if you don't get them right from the source initially, if you try to buy them resale, they're thousands of dollars for a ticket that probably cost $150. When she told me she was going, I'm like, there's no way, because I'm not paying that. Well, I found it for this much. Okay, cool. Okay, you got it that price? Yeah, go have a great time. Because you weren't going to be able to do that here. So there's a different culture. And I think when you see if tickets, so like, again, I can go buy a ticket on the site through mancity.com. I can buy a ticket for upcoming match for whatever price, let's say 80 pounds. I might be paying twice that on Viagogo. So again, it's like not only, and then the club is, so I should have said this earlier, not that account that exists on Twitter, the club has been targeting people who have transacted with that account. So if I, as a season ticket holder, have my tickets, I go on Twitter and I say, hey, I've got 2 tickets available. Someone networks with that account. I get them their tickets because they're paying for them, face value, boom. Well, now the club is coming after these season ticket holders. In many cases, I think even trying to take them away because, well, you don't have the right to do that. And it's like, you want me to put them in Viagogo and sell them for more, where instead of going, I know they're going to a City fan, now they're going to random people. And that's how we end up with dudes in the stands getting haircuts, how we end up with 5 or 6 fans from Spain in, I don't know if it was Real shirts or Betis shirts, whatever it was, right? They come in like a group of 6, 7.
Wait, somebody got their haircut at the Etihad?
There's a picture online. There was a dude in the stands getting a fade.
Oh my gosh.
So their frustration is, again, you can't get City fans in the stadium, but you have these people.
So that means he
aren't
bought
City
2
fans.
tickets? One for him and one for his barber.
But again, at that point, you're going to make a scene, right? You're going for that purpose. You're going to put it on Twitter and all that kind of stuff. So he got what he wanted out of it, and I'm sure. But yeah, you had to buy at least 2 tickets. So it is hearing it from them, because again, I can only try to empathize, but I don't feel that pain because I'm not there, right? But you listen to them and hear them talk about it, it all makes a lot of sense. And quite honestly, I'd probably be frustrated too if I lived there. You know, when Beasley's team becomes professional and they get the stadium built, and you know, okay, well now if I can't go because it's Fort Wayne, it's never going to be the same, but you can't get tickets, or tickets cost 2 and 3 times what they used to cost. You're like, well, dang, do I really want to pay that to go here? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I feel like you covered it. I mean, I'm with the people. We've done 15 minutes on this. It's too late to even put the intro to the podcast, so we're just gonna get right into it, baby. Hey, and welcome to episode 134 of Shades of Blue. World's famous. We are the most comprehensive show about Manchester City, covering both the men's and women's game, spanning both sides of the Mason-Dixon line. We making art over here. Capitalize the A. I am Crunk Chocolate. I'm here with my show bros, Tarik, Sharpie, Charlie. How's it going? How you doing? How you feeling?
Feeling good, man. Start of a new month is always fun. 30 days of opportunity. Counting down to spring break over here. Next Friday, the 11th, is our last day with children until a while. So I'm just trying to make it. That's all we're doing, trying to survive.
You got this. You got this, bro. You got this. Tarik, I mean, how you did how was your weekend? I'm not gonna tell your business.
I don't know. What did I do?
Didn't you take your daughters out on
college trip? No.
Oh no, we're going to Purdue Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going. Oh, sorry, I said where, but yeah, we're going to Purdue on Thursday. So my kids, my wife are on spring break right now. I was going to ask that, Charlie, if you were on spring break yet or not, but so they're on spring break right now. So they're having a good time. Day 2, of course, like anything, it probably goes too fast, but I'm still working. So they're just chilling, but the weekend was cool. Nothing special. Just looking forward to jumping into the pod, man.
Yes, let's go. Cool. All right. Wow. Before we get into anything else, what I need you to do right now, hey, first off, we hit over 500 subscribers. It's ticking up slowly. So like Tarik, shout out to you, Agent Tarik, doing his thing, connecting with LB, giving the shout, teach me about redirecting and all where to go. Yeah, I can definitely tell you work in IT, because that I was like, what do I do? And almost immediately
I copied that from.
But you knew where to go. Well,
Yeah,
I mean, it looks like it, but you knew exactly where to go, how to get it to me, and you got it expeditiously. I was like, oh damn, okay, I'm actually not even home right now. I gotta hurry and get home and do this now.
Yeah, I was probably already looking it up, because it was like, hell, make sure you do this, because I mean, to be fair, he was gonna send some people over our way, which of course we would love, but we just had to make some changes on the back end. So yeah, I got it squared away. Yeah.
So shout out to you, 500 subscribers. Hey, so we got to get
that was cool.
Up. The numbers are gonna get up there, and I figure we just got to figure out more ways, different ways to do live streams. I know the show bros. This is some BTS. They pitched. Maybe we'll start doing these episodes live. I mean, it's whatever. But I mean, I'm down for whatever. We can try it out, but it's just watch time in general. So I mean, you just gotta get your viewers up. It's not necessarily bid on live, but we could do live shows. I know Tarik has been talking about that call-in show for a while, and I mean,
it's coming.
Yeah. Hey, I like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it, man.
Let's go.
We're in the process of
Like
building
a
like City, right? We're in the middle of
like a
our
Friday,
transition. Yeah,
yeah, like
Friday
a
calling
Friday
me.
Yes.
Friday free for all, or I
Let's
actually thought
go.
about doing a Friday family game night, do like a trivia thing. I found a way to do that online, do like a trivia.
Let's
So just get
go.
people on there.
For those that don't know, I
Do
just
silly
show up here.
trivia.
Whenever they say something, I
He
just show
said,
up. I don't.
um,
I'm not the creative. I'm just I'm the work. I'm the
but
mule.
you're
Okay.
the very well researched,
Like
stats
and
ready to
fucking
go.
hilarious and amazing. Like you like you're Reggie Miller, you're Ray Allen, like
Catch and
you're
shoot. There we go. Catch and
like
shoot. Clay
the
Thompson out here.
assassin
That's the
though,
idol.
like the
I want to be
top
Clay
stuff.
Thompson so bad.
No, not Clay
I understand. 6 dribbles,
Thompson.
40 points. That's what I'm talking about here. Okay. That's the
Sounds
goal.
like a Holland. 6 touches, 2 goals. There you
Yeah,
go.
Exactly.
basically.
That's the
Like,
mindset.
That's facts.
Ultra efficient. Not out here doing all the creative work. Not gonna bring the ball. Not gonna dribble around the court. Put it in the basket.
But
That's
if
what
you
I do.
want gold,
tech is my
yeah,
thing though, so
yeah.
being able to do any of that is cool.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this is fun. Patreon. Yeah, subscribe to that. $6 a month. Hey, that's actually, I'm willing to do that. We can go live to our Patreon people. I can set that up. That's easy and manageable. So for $6 a month, you can watch us live. That'd be nice. We also have shows, Breaking Bread, our match preview series. I have some fun people to bring on. Joe Walker, he does 5-year plan. It's a Crystal Palace fanzine. Joe Walker was fantastic. I have the homie Holloway. They're coming to talk Manchester Derby, some City women. Whenever we do the women's derby, I have them on. And it's a good time. Let's see. Early in the morning, I chat with Joe Bray of Manchester Evening News after going on the podcast and meeting him. I'll look forward to hearing him hopefully just as often as I bring Jack on. Tom Harrison, the homie, he was like, I want to be doing podcasts more. I've been hearing him a lot on 9320, killing it. It would be nice to chat with him. And then if you are on Twitter, you may know this account, Press Switch Blue. His name is Colin Savage. He's like OG City fan. Like, help. We sat down before I headed to London and had a great lunch and got to learn how he just knows football and knows the team very well. And I'm gonna see what other stories I can get him to tell us, and because it's like real OG Manchester City history. It's like the things that I wanted to experience when I was in Manchester, and I really hadn't got it because I was running around too much. And then he was like, "Hey, let's get some lunch," and then he basically tells me how the behind the scenes of how the Manchester City pay went, like the once the Sheik took over type of vibes, not like ooh sketchy behind the scenes, but just as someone who works with the city, the fan support trust. He was one of the people who started that, which, but it was some of the BTS scenes, and I'm going to see what I can get him to tell behind a Patreon, respectfully. But it was fun. The only thing that would have made it better is if there were beers, but instead it was really good food. So I'm okay with that. Good food, good drinks. Manchester, really good food bar or food city. Like there was, I don't remember the name of it, but multiple people told me about it. Thought they were full of shit. It was a U.S. country bar. So there's like America. Like you walk in and it's like this is a country bar in America, and there's music playing, but they do 25 pence wings, and they were really good. It actually frustrated me at how good they were, but I ate those, got the hell out of there because it was a little weird. If I was in America, I would not go into a bar like that.
I was going to ask you, how did it feel?
Well, because it was England and it was so over the top. It's accurate now, especially when you go into country. Well, actually, I haven't been into like a full-fledged country bar in a while. So, but it also had like stream. It was a fun vibe, but also they had cool beers. But you could tell that it was a place where, you know, young people come, grab some beers, grab some wings real quick, and then go and party some more. That was, yeah, I like that place. And yeah. Oh, okay. Let's get into City. Let's see. Where should we start? Oh, let's go. Pep. What is his thoughts? Can this FA Cup win fix everything?
League, but I'm pretty sure still right now happened before that is a big success, but the season has been poor. It's not going to change. So our standards and many things were not good. So this is the reality. So it's not going to change for the fact, you win one title, we'll be happy. Of course, we want to do it. We have one more, but how we behave, all of us this season, it's not going to change. So qualify for the Champions League. Again, I said it's a big, huge success. Or win the FA Cup is a huge success. The season has not been good.
The season has not been good. Oh, man. We know how the match ended. 2-1 City. Came from behind, like always. Haaland injured. Marmoush comes on, saves the day. I'm just giving general things that have happened. I'm going to give the lineup, and from there, I guess we can just go wherever with the match, because did the watch along with Sharpie, so like the play-by-play. I mean, obviously, I want to start with you, Tarik, with your thoughts on the lineup. It was Ederson, Vardial, Diaz, Kuzanov, Nunes getting that start. Gundogan, Kovacic, KDB, Foden, Silva, and Haaland. Tarik, what were your thoughts on the lineup when you first saw it?
So, it's Sunday. I'm trying to go to the church house more, and I have to watch my attitude. You can't go in the church house with an attitude. So, I had to catch myself because I was admittedly frustrated with the lineup, because it's like when you look and you see Kova and Gundo in the double pivot, Silva on the wing, that's not what I'm hoping for or looking for in these moments down the stretch of this season. We can talk about how they play, but just looking at the lineup, I was frustrated. I was disappointed. And I expected, quite honestly, we might get beat in transition and give up goals and all of those things. So, I was not happy, to be honest.
Yeah.
What about you, Charlie?
We had the women's watch along. The lineup dropped during the watch along for that, and it was funny. Tom Baum and Sharpie did some math,
So what I did was this. I asked Tom. I said, "Tom, you got your calculator?" He said, "Yeah." So I just gave him the ages of our midfield. Those three in the midfield plus Bernardo Silva, and it was like 127. And then I did like 4 players on the Bournemouth side, and it was not as many. And I was like, why are we starting this very old, unk group of players? And I went through all the emotions, because by the time we talked about it, looked at it, I was like, oh, wait, this is the FA Cup match. There will be extra time if needed. Maybe Pep saying, hey, let them go out there and give everything they have for 60. I can then add in other people for the other 60, right? Or whatever. Yeah. And so as much as it was frustrating initially, right, seeing the picture pop up and looking at it online, I understood by the end of it and like got my mind right, like before the match. Like, okay, I get the strategy. I see what you're thinking. And we do have midweek with Premier League, which is way more important. We got 2 Premier League matches, right, which we'll talk about. So it took me a while to get there, Terry. I was with you at first. It was definitely anger and frustration and being pissed off. And I was like, wait, this is why he's Pep. I understand. And those
Exactly.
players are rested. Those players are more
Yeah.
rested, or KDB's in a really great rhythm, right? Like, so it makes sense. It just took a while to get there.
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of, okay, why is he doing this? What is he trying to get at? And then, like you said, you realize, oh, wait a minute, we do have multiple matches, and oh, wait, this could go to extra time and go to yeah, so extra 30 minutes. So we need to have those legs late in the match available to us. So again, like you said, that's why he's Pep, why I'm not the manager, because I was being short-sighted and emotionally driven in the moment, and just got to learn to chill, tranquilo,
It's hard
trust
out
him,
here.
trust him, man.
It is hard out here.
I will say though, on the Bournemouth side, they were without their three best defenders. Um,
Kirkez,
Kirkez, the center back Hill, and the young Spanish center back. And there was a great shot of them in the crowd. It was like five of them, like six players all together. Incredible menswear, just incredible fits.
It was.
Great palette of spring colors. It was gorgeous. And I was like, wow, like Ariel is making a choice here. He's saying the Premier League is more important than the FA Cup. Because those players aren't all injured. They just making a choice. Say you came back off international duty, first time doing it for some of you. I'm not going to rush you back. We got bigger fish to fry. We want to stay top five or push for the top five. So it's like it was set up for City to be successful. I'll say that much.
That's fair. That is very fair. Oh man, I'm trying to. I kind of purged this match out of my brain. This whole competition. I feel like for the most part, I'm just happy we've gotten where we are, but even especially with this Holland injury, just all of it, it ends happy, and we get to see O'Reilly do his thing. I'm not gonna say the full thing because that's free promo, and we know how that works, and we know why it works. So we'll leave it at that. But yeah, I feel like we gotta definitely talk about, I guess, because I don't want to. We're at the end of the season. We need to be lifting the team up. So I feel like we definitely, Nico O'Reilly is someone, yes, we need to talk about positively, but the old man's, they done did it. Kovacic, he was decent. Gundo was at moments, he was doing his little stealthy thing that we have gotten and known and loved about Gundo. Silva, he just holds on to the ball. His press was actually really good. He seems a little bit faster. And KB, his hips, they weren't all locked. He was able to dribble, make some runs, make some passes. They were all effective enough to keep things flowing. And that was good to see.
Can I be a cloud? How are you just
Please.
missing like Erling Haaland, like messing up 3 chances? Like
Yeah.
you just kind of glossed over this. I love the rainbows and sunshine of the Unks midfield doing great. Which
Because they did good. I got to give
They
credit where
did
credit
very,
is
very,
due. Yeah.
very, very well. I was very impressed. Tarik, let me ask you, man. Holland, we win the penalty, right? We get the pin, clear penalty right away. They don't even complain. Ty Adams, handball. What are you thinking in that moment? Are you thinking Holland converts and we go up, or are you nervous?
No, I'm thinking he converts because yes, he's had some saved or missed or whatever, but I haven't looked at the numbers. I'm guessing he probably converts
It's got to
80
be over
plus percent.
80%. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
because I mean, you don't get a ton of them, so it's not like free throws where you get a bunch. He probably only gets 10 a season, so he probably puts 8 of them away, right? So, in many cases, he might put more than that. He might put 9 or even all 10 away. So I definitely expected a goal there, and I was, again, I wasn't angry. I was just disappointed. I was like, dude. And it gave me nightmares or shivers, or it kind of harkened back to the days when I used to get on Riyad Mahrez. Why is he taking penalties, right? Because he missed a couple. Why is he taking them? to a certain extent, just give me Riyadh right now, man. I would love that man back so badly right now, and not just penalties, but on the wing play, all the creativity. It's one of those things you don't know what you have until it's gone, and I miss him. I miss Charlie's favorite player.
My guy, forever, that Julian King. I know for myself, I was livid, man. Like, that is your job. It is an early goal. We're on the road. The traveling fans are there. They went down to the South Coast, waiting for this match for 2 weeks since the last Premier League match. Like, it's a big deal, and you failed. And it wasn't like you hit a good pin and he saved it. It was such a weak pin. That's the problem. Low. It wasn't as hard as he has shot before. And I'm just like, and it's Kepa. Like, you aren't doing this against Timo Courtois. Like, I don't like.
Yeah.
I'm done with excuses. Like, that is your job.
Yeah,
Like,
I think
do your job.
Kepa just he picked a side and he went early. It could have been further in the corner. It could have been harder, but he guessed right.
And
Yeah,
the watch
then I'm
log, I
like,
said
okay.
where it was going. I said it bottom right corner. I thought he would go more corner, and like Sharpie said, with a little more power. He's Erling Haaland. You think he would murder the ball? There's no need for you to be perfectly placing anything. Just kick the shit out of it, bro.
It was
You're
really a bad
Viking.
kick though. It like scuffed like on the
Scuffed,
back of his
yeah.
heel, like
Mhm.
like instep. It was really like weird. He just messed up. And so then I'm like, okay, well, we still got time. We can get one back.
We can get one.
Oh my
I was gonna
God.
say
And
that one sucked because it feels like it should be automatic almost.
Mhm.
So that's disappointing. The other two, I'm like, come on, dude, you gotta put these away.
Which one irritated you more? For those that don't know what we're talking about, you had the one-on-one with the keeper. Tyler Adams plays the back pass. Holland gets it. He's running on the keeper 1v1. He tries to chip and misses. And then like later on in the first half, there's a beautiful cross that comes in. I forgot who
Header
hit it, but
wide.
header just wide of the target, not even hitting the target. Which one irritated you more, Tarik?
Of course, I was disappointed by both, but if you want to say which one irritated me the most, I would probably say the chip. Only because it is hard, right? We've seen him do it. We take it for granted. But a chip feels kind of nonchalant. Like, this is easy. And then you blow it. You're like, oh, wait. No, you should have put that away hard, drilled it in there. Not anything fancy. Now, again, maybe it wasn't set up for that. Maybe with the keeper running out, he kind of had to do the chip or whatever. I don't know. But it was disappointing. And that was frustrating. But the header kind of feels more like they put it on a plate for you. It's right there on a plate, dude. It's harder to miss.
Yeah, I think being 6'4" and having a huge physical advantage, just about everybody you go against, his heading is the weakest part of his game for me. It's not the build-up play, it's not the dribbling, it's the heading. Like, the heading should be better. Like, if you look at someone like Lewandowski or even Harry Kane, right? If they get that chance, that ball's going on target. It might be saved, but it's going on the net. Like, the keeper will have to do something. And again, he's still young. He's only 24. I know he still scored so many goals this year, but it's like there has to be a point where, because again, this is when he's healthy, you got to perform, man. Like, this is your job. Like, you have to score goals. We don't ask you to do everything else. You got to link up play. You got to hit out beautiful diagonals, get box, see ball, kick ball, head ball, like score goals.
Sharpie
So
said,
Crunk,
"You're making us scores look bad."
literally, like, so here's the thing. I just wanted to bring in a storm cloud, right, Crunk? Because I know like you have sunshine on the horizon. So I wanted to make sure I got some weather systems going. We
I
had to
like
grab
it.
some umbrellas.
Hot and cold formation. Yeah.
Now it's like, oh wait, this wasn't the whole match. It was just Erling Haaland had a bad start to the match.
I love it. And then you and Tarik just were doing the back and forth, and hey, I can just kick back. Look at this.
He hit you with the Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rocket. He said, I need sunshine and rain.
I love it though. It's we can. That's what I very much enjoy about you, Sharpie, is the fact that for whenever I feel one way about it. And there'll be times where I swear I'm like, ooh, Sharpie and I are gonna agree on this. And then I give the take, and you're just like, nah, man. I'm like, damn it. One
That's
day.
the best part. That's the fun part.
It is. No, I very much enjoy
Yeah.
it. Yeah, for sure. All right, O'Reilly. I mean, he's the boy. Let me play him. I took some clips from his post-match interview.
Scored 2 goals. Today make a first.
Oops, no, that's Pep about Nico. Hold on. That's embarrassing. I thought I uploaded everything. While we wait.
So in semi-final is going to play. So I'm sorry. No, he played really good. He's a number 10. We cannot forget he's a number 10, but have a pace. He's so intelligent, quality with the ball in the final third, have vision. So really good. So he played really good. He made the impact because before, he made 2 assists. No, right? 2 assists, yeah. So 2 goals and 2 assists. So yeah, that's why I was going to play against Nottingham.
I'm buzzing with it. Next steps now, Wembley in the semi-final against Nottingham Forest. So yeah, really looking forward to it. He was just telling me to stay wide and get in behind, and if the winger's out wide, come inside in the pocket. So we have an extra man in attack. And I'm just grateful he gives me the opportunities like today to go and show what I can do.
He's just hanging out in front of the mic, just talking. Yeah, this is cool. We have a long season ahead of us. I'm excited. This is cool. Thank you for doing this thing. That's kind of fun energy. It's him and Rico. They're all very calm dudes, and I think it's because they have been around all of that stuff for a while. They kind of know how to move after watching legends do legend things for as many years as they have. I'm very hopeful. I'm just, let's not add very to it. I'm hopeful for him. The height, the physicality, that makes a big difference. Pep has already mentioned multiple times he would like to have him play more of a Rodri role. We can see he can score, and 3 appearances, 2 goals, 2 assists. And this isn't, again, we expected more from Rico Lewis. We expected more from James McAtee. I know that's more on Pep because he has to play them, but also, you know, what aren't they doing? I worry about that about Nico, but also his height. I think that makes a big deal. He's fast. I mean, at least in open space, he has enough speed where he can trouble people. Do you think that that's all that? I said I'm trying not to knock down other people, but it's like, do you think Nico has more potential? There we go. I just said it.
Okay, so out of those 3, right, I think Nico has obviously the best physical traits, the height, the athleticism. Like he out of those 3, that's him. And to his thing, if he plays in the left back spot, he has, I believe, the least amount of competition, because I think ideally we would love to see Vardiol be a left-footed center back. Like that would be
Yes.
incredible with his athleticism, right? Or left side of a 3 center back, whatever. So like the McAtee issue that he has so many vets in front of him. And we know the unks. Like, though it's hard to get in over those people who have been with Pep 5, 6, 7 years, or even in Kova's case, have been a professional for so long. Rico, we know he's physically like disadvantaged. So in certain matchups, like versus Semenyo, Pep's not going to put him out there because it's just like that will automatically make him the mark. We have to make sure we use him more sporadically. And he gets minutes, but it's more like matchup based. So I hope Nico can break through. Pep's admitted as much as like, hey, I should have given all the young guys more time this year. Like I did trust the old guard too much. So I believe that like his potential is limitless. Like he can be whatever Pep allows him to be. That's going to be the biggest thing to me. How do you feel, Tarik?
Yeah, dude is ultra talented. And to your point, he has the physical tools to excel at this level, right? Um, he can play, he can handle. I gave Rico a hard time at the beginning of the season, maybe even late last season. I don't know, but definitely beginning of this season because he was getting pushed off the ball really easy. Um, and there's just some things he can't do. From a basketball coach perspective, I would say there's one thing you can't teach, and that's height. For him, he's got the physical tools, and Pep can't teach Rico to be more physical. He's either got it or he doesn't. Um, so for Nico, it bodes well for him, and it's not like he's just a quote unquote pace and power merchant, right? He's also uber talented with the ball. He's played in the city way, in the city system for years as an academy kid. So we don't have mugs on the ball. If you can't keep the ball, if you're not uber technical, you're not on our team. You're not in our plans. The fact that he's still here says that he has everything he needs to excel. Now, it's just if he's willing to embrace the left back position and bide his time till he gets more central. Because as Pep pointed out, he's a 10. Pep thinks physical tools, he can be a 6'8". Yeah. So I think he will have those opportunities if he's willing to exercise the patience that we saw from a Phil Foden. But we haven't seen from so many others, case in point, Cole Palmer and others, right? So if he's willing to bide his time, he will come good. But to your point, right now, if I'm Pep, and I'm not, right? I admitted that much earlier in the episode, but if I'm Pep, I go with the back four of Nico O'Reilly, Vardiol, Diaz, Kuzanov at right back. That's my lineup that's my back four for the rest of the season.
Interesting.
I think he gives us a lot of what we see come from Vardiol, maybe not as, again, we just haven't seen him. So he's an attacking player. I think he can give us a lot of what Vardiol does. He's pacey. He's just as pacey as Vardiol was. He can keep the ball. He can invert into midfield if that's what we want him to do. I think he offers us a lot. And pushing Kuzanov out to the right back position doesn't cost us a lot because he's got the pace and the physicality to play out there. He's a defender. So I have no problem with pushing Kuzanov out to right back, having Nico O'Reilly invert into midfield, and then having that back three of, Vardiol, Diaz, Kuzanov. I think that's, in my mind, the way to go for the rest of the season. Do I think Pep will do that? No, but that's what I would do.
Crunk.
I didn't want to interrupt. Thank you. Vardiol as the left center back. Love that. Upgraded John Stones, it almost feels like.
It's like Laporte.
There we go. And Kuzanov on as the right center back, right back. That's a Kanji. And I feel like if you put Kuzanov next to Kanji, that makes more sense than if you put Kuzanov like Diaz, where when he's that right center back, that's kind of what that is. And that's interesting. I like that. Sharpie?
I was going to second it, but the more I think about it, it's grown on me in the last 30 seconds because realistically, we play with a back three most of the time anyway because we possess the ball 65 or more % of the match usually. So Nico is great in space. He's great on the wing. He can make good combinations. You have that solid back three of defenders, of Vardiol with pace, Diaz with positioning, Kuzanov with pace. Diaz keeps those kids in line. Like, it makes perfect sense here. Like, I love the idea of it. I think, I'm not sure if he does it like, let's say, Leicester, Man U in the Premier League, but would I be surprised if he did it in the FA Cup semi? No. Like, I think that's perfect for the semifinal for the FA Cup. Maybe he gets Nico Leicester would be the match where you're like, hey, it's Leicester, like let's try it
I was
out.
going to say, I think you can do it for Leicester. I could
And
understand
that's a
not wanting
derby,
to do
yeah,
it for, exactly. That's a
yeah,
big
and
match for anybody. So I could understand not doing that there.
yeah.
Mm,
But I love it. I mean, we got Southampton coming up in May. Like you can see that happen, and
mm.
I think it was very interesting this match that we saw Nico G get in very late, right? We know that he is supposed to be one of the double pivots. Like he's supposed to be a six beside either Gundo or Kova. So part of me is thinking like Pep was again saving him for these two Premier League matches that we know we're gonna play Wednesday, Sunday. So it's like I love that we are in transition and we have the pieces we need. Like everything is right here. It's just a matter of what Pep's gonna do in the kitchen. Because now that we're more healthy, when it comes to midfielders and forwards, I mean, other than Holland now, but like we have, especially in the midfield, we have a huge assortment of talent. It's just a matter of like how Pep wants to utilize it.
Pep brought off Kovacic and Gundo at the same time in the 83rd minute. They got about the same amount of time off. You can't be like, well, he leaned more on one side than the other. Yeah. Okay. I guess, how are we feeling about the continued dominance in the FA Cup? We felt, I probably should have mentioned this earlier, 7 straight semifinal in the FA Cup. That's mega.
Yeah,
It's dominance.
no,
It's consistency.
It's again, we do things that you take for granted. No team has ever done that. And quite honestly, no team had done 6. We've extended our own record, right? And it's just we take it for granted and we lose sight of just how special this club is and has been over these last 10, 12 seasons. So the if you want to say the only disappointment is probably too strong, but that we haven't won more of them. But when you look at the total trophy count that we've hauled in over that time frame, it's hard to it's hard to be like, oh well, we didn't get that one. Okay, well, maybe you can't always win them all unless you're winning that treble season. But um going 7 straight, I think we've won twice, if I remember correctly. So, you'd want to be 3 or 4, right? You want to be 3 or 4. But it is what it is. I'll take it. What about you?
Uh, Before I talk about the FA Cup, it made me think of how excited and rightfully so Newcastle fans were with the League Cup, right? Like the Carabao Cup. First trophy in over, 2, 3 decades. Like it's huge, it's massive, it's amazing. And we won 4 of those in a row, right? Like didn't we do like 4 in a row or like
Yep.
crazy
Yep.
to the point where like people stopped caring about it because we won it so much. It didn't matter as much.
Guilty.
Yeah, understandably, right? Like it's okay, whatever. It's the early one. Who cares? Like it is the third on the list of 3. But like, you know what it means to other clubs to want to get that one trophy. Like, and think
Yeah.
about this FA Cup semifinal with us, Forest, Villa, Crystal Palace. All 3 of them would die for this FA Cup. They will become club legends, the much same way Leicester was when they won it a few years ago, right? Like, it means so much. So the fact that we have a crack at it every year, that is almost as impressive. Oh no, it's equally as impressive as like our run in Champions League, how we go for 15 years in a row or 12 years in a row, or how in the Premier League, um, to be making the Champions League, you're always in top 4. Like the consistency is the greatness. You may not win every year, but the fact we have a shot and we don't fall off to 8th place and 10th place and 13th place, that is incredible. And to get it up when normally we're always dealing with Champions League and the rotation of matches and the whole squad having to show up, like I love the consistency. I love the achievement. I hope that being down for our standards makes these things feel even more important or puts them on the appropriate level of importance because it's really hard. And to even have the players care about it when it's like it's not the Premier League. We like Phil said, we're not going to win a Premier League. We're just trying to get top 4, top 5. And we still want to make this trophy run happen. We need something that validates this season because our Premier League performance has been so terrible. Our Champions League performance was so terrible. So like everything is coming down to this, honestly. Like this semifinal in a couple weeks, it's going to be massive at Wembley. Like it's going to feel like a final.
Nottingham Forest, City, Crystal Palace, Aston Villa. All of these teams would very much love to lift this trophy.
So out of the Crystal Palace Villa match, who do you think takes it?
Crystal Palace have been hot, and especially with knockout competitions like this. Unai Emery, I am the type to say, random.
That's what I was going to point to.
Yeah, I am normally team Unai, but I really am enjoying this Glasner dude. He's at least, again, they're just the hot hand at this moment, but Unai's the man. So I don't know. It's tough.
I was looking at Crystal Palace's schedule, and obviously they're going to put everything into the FA Cup. Ironically, the week before they play Bournemouth, which is so funny. But they have, like you said, they have a whole week to prep for it, so they could play their whole guys, get the points, whatever. I just think Aston Villa is a better team. I love their balance in the midfield with Rodgers and McGinn. I love the front three with Asensio and Rashford and Ollie Watkins. And even got Leon Bailey. They have so many options in that squad. Yeah, I think going against each other, I think Villa's defense is better than Palace's defense. And so I feel like it'll be close, but I would wager on Villa winning. I hope we see Villa in the final.
Yeah, I would have gone Aston Villa as well, just because Unai Emery's got an amazing track record in knockout competitions. We've seen what he's done in Europa League. So yeah, that's where I would assume that's the winners that I would assume, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's tough. It's very tough, because yeah, I'm excited about both sides. I guess let's wait until 2 weeks when we play Crystal Palace. Maybe if they beat us and potentially ruin our Champions League standing, then yeah, I want them to lose. I found a potential problem post-match. Pep pronounced pretty simply what's been going on with the club this season. I just wanted to keep the P's going. It's not necessarily a potential problem, but he did pronounce the team's form pretty simply. What is going on? Where's the heart and soul? Heart and soul. I did not. I'm going to have to send this to you guys post-match. Pep basically was like, what has been missing is the heart and soul. And we have to really figure this out. And he's been saying this all season, but he's been saying it in a nice way. But this time it's like the heart and soul has been missing. They played well today, and that's because they were playing with heart and soul. We need to figure out how to get this consistently, because obviously when they play with some heart, with some soul, we see this team. We see what we can get out of them. And that was directed towards the old men that we were talking about, and we weren't happy or excited to see them in the lineup. And that's what we're going to need, is for them to prove us wrong until we can finally be like, hooray, it's good to see them starting. Sharpie?
It just made me think of the Opta stat I saw where we have, I think, the fourth most amount of times in all competitions conceding the first goal. And the only three below us are United, Southampton, and Leicester or something it's really bad how often we've given up the first goal. So it's once you get there, it's you have to show heart, but then it's do you run out and collapse at the end? Luckily this time we kind of had a beautiful crescendo, especially with the Nico O'Reilly sub. That helped a lot and injected everything we needed, and we literally didn't concede a single shot in the second half. That was one of the most dominant halves of football. That's classic City under Pep. And so it's that's what you want, to dominate with the ball. We create chances, we limit theirs, score 2 goals pretty quickly, and we saw it the match, right? Could have had a third. a couple of chances. So I think we are set up now. We have 9 matches left in the Premier League plus the FA Cup semifinal. I think we only have a couple midweek matches between now and the end of May. It's going to like things are looking in our favor to keep top 5. Because right now we have like Newcastle has a game in hand on us. So that's actually kind of scary because they're only 1 point behind.
Oh, they're hungover. They're gonna be tired. He's talking. He also.
Everybody's not Jack Grealish, man.
Well, Newcastle can be able to handle
That was a
their
shot.
stuff.
That's not fair. My bad. I shouldn't have done that to Jack.
Eddie Howe also put the pressure on him by being like, "Hey, if we don't get Champions League, if we don't do some winning, that can hurt us financially, and that can mean some bad things for people."
Yeah, they also have a super tough schedule. Like their last 9 are really crazy, except Ipswich and Leicester. I mean, like we control our fate. Like I am confident that out of the last 9, we can win 5 or 6, draw the others. Like we can go undefeated, and that will get us in the top 5. It's just a matter of like dealing with a Haaland injury, which I think Marmoush is perfectly suited to do. Like this man is literally here to like be the other striker, and now he gets to step up. So I'm feeling good, man. The heart and soul will show up for sure.
Pep on just that. Can we go on a winning run?
I would like to say yes, but I don't know. Because the previous seasons we have done it, and every season we were able to do it, and we have done it. But this season we are not being consistent to tell you, yeah, it's going to happen. So I don't know.
He was asked, can they keep the winning run going? And that long pause, I'm going to start it again and just listen to the pause.
I would like to say yes.
He was thinking about that. He gave it the perfect time where it's like, do I want to lie to them? Hey, how do I want to go at this? Obviously he believes the players can do it. Maybe it's a little bit of mind play, trying to make the players show what they can do. I mean, he's got to do everything. He called them out. They lack heart and soul. As a player, do you want to hear the best manager in modern day football to say you lack heart and soul? Like that would hurt me a little bit. And we'll see how they bounce back and they do. This Haaland, I mean, Sharpie, you said you're hopeful with everything. This is a perfect chance for Marmoush. How is 4th? Is 5th? Is that a lock, Tarik? Like, how confident are you without Haaland 5 to 7 weeks? That's a long time.
It is. Marmoush is not Julian Alvarez, right? They're different. But we saw Julian Alvarez carry us last season when Haaland wasn't available. He was able to hit a stride. He scored a bunch of goals. He got his move. We don't know how that all worked out. So we've also seen Marmoush be prolific in the Bundesliga. So it's not like he's not accustomed to scoring a bunch of goals, right? So I think that if we create for him, he will score, which is what's happened thus far, right? He's gotten goals when we've given him. He's not I mean, he's not taking every single chance, but no one is. Neither is Haaland. But he's scoring a good at a good ratio as far as how many chances he gets and how many he actually puts away. So I am confident that he can score enough goals to get us across the line. Especially, I don't think Chelsea has Chelsea has a pretty difficult schedule. Their last 4 are like right around in that 6 to, well, I guess I think they may have Villa in there. I don't know. So it's like the top 10 are all in that last 4. So they're not playing any mugs, right? You've already talked about Newcastle having a decent schedule going down the stretch. So I think we are going to have the easiest out of the 3 of us fighting for spots 4 and 5. So again, I don't want to tempt fate, but yeah, I think it's pretty. I'm confident.
Let's go.
I don't bet.
Let's go.
That's Charlie's thing. But I would bet a little something, not a lot, because I can't lose. I can't afford to lose it. But I would bet a little something that we would get across the line.
Let's go. Okay, good.
Let's do it, baby. We're gonna make it's time to make it. It's the run in. This is how our show started. Remember 3 years ago, big run in against Liverpool. Different type of energy, right? Going for a trophy. Now we're just going for survival and the Champions League record. And it's actually the same level of intensity. I think this is when we get big.
Let's go. Okay, after that, Manchester United, the derby. United, they're playing decent football. I mean, they lost. So, I mean, there's that. But Forest, they're a good team. How are we feeling about this match?
I think it'll be, I don't know how the saying goes exactly, but effectively throw the records out the window for derby matches, right? In these kinds of rivalry type matches. So it doesn't matter that they are in 13th place and we are in 5th, right? At the end of the day, it's going to be a hard fought match. I would have loved to have Holland, but again, I think Marmoush is going to give you a different look. I think some center backs love the physicality. They love to be up on top of you and banging, and that's what they get when they go up with Holland. That doesn't mean that he doesn't still get his goals, but they prefer that than having someone that's moving a lot and pulling them in and out of position, and they don't know who to pick up. And I think that's what Marmoush is going to give them down the stretch. So do I think we'll beat them? Yes, because I'm never going to come in and say that United's going to beat us. I think it's probably a 3-1 match in my opinion.
Oh, and it's gonna be a hard fought fight, and it's gonna be a hard fart fight because that's just what Manchester derbies are. Yeah. Sharpie, how are you feeling about it?
I'm feeling confident, man. Like I like where we are as a club. I like the way the Unks look. They get the midweek rest. I can easily see them going back to the same midfield to start. Just to make sure that like we solidify early, don't give away any open counters. Marmoush, it's not even on him. I think the beautiful thing we have is that we're gonna have Daku and Savinho starting. Like I really think Pep is letting them cook for this. He didn't want to play them 3 matches in a week. 2 is fine. So yeah, I'm gonna say we give up a goal, but it's late. I think we win 2-1. I'm gonna say City win 2-1. It starts off a nice 4-game. I think we have a perfect April, honestly. So I think it starts off April the right way.
Ooh, perfect.
You mentioned Savinho. Shout outs to him. Congratulations to him on first child, I think. So
yeah, young father out here trying to be like Tarik,
Well, they said somebody posted something, and it was like these cats been around Phil Foden for like 60 days and they already getting married and having kids, and because Phil is like old man, but he's young.
Yeah, right.
Living that old man life. Just let me go fishing. I just want to go fishing. It's like, man, that's crazy. You too young to be doing that, my guy.
Oh, I love it. It's home. It's Leicester City. I would like to believe we're gonna score more than 2 goals against Leicester City if we have.
Oh wait, you're talking about Leicester? I was talking about United.
Oh yeah, no, sorry. This is the derby. No, this is the derby. Okay. No, we're right. You're right. I'm obviously not even thinking about them 1 match at a time. Shit. Anything's possible, and that is at the water park, the swamp. No, I think we beat them down. Actually, I think it's 3-1. If it's the weather and it's sunny out, it could be 4-1. I think this is when we get that lick back 1. But it's been a while since we've had a statement win. And again, might just me being rainbows again. Just bringing the positivity.
I'm with you on that. I literally thought we were talking about the derby earlier when I said 2-1.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah, I think that's me and you both were talking about the derby. Yeah.
The Leicester one is a dub. It doesn't matter how much we score, right? Like we're all agreement on that. Leicester hasn't scored more than 2 goals.
Well, no, I was agreeing with you. I think we're gonna beat United down.
Yeah. Oh wow. So I mean, I would love it. I think this is Phil Foden's moment. Haaland's out. He has already built a little link up with Marmoush. I think Phil Foden's gonna score in the derby. Like I think he's gonna have one of those left-footed shots, top of the box. Onana can't get to it.
So hard.
Dog, I feel it because he's
so
close.
Hard.
Like it's coming. Like he is so close. We heard about all the issues, the medical things that are getting righted. He played really well. I think he did play well against in the FA Cup. Yeah, I think Phil's ready. This is his moment. It's comeback season. He's gonna go on a tear.
He needs it to silence the critics, not from outside, but within.
Inside. Yeah.
With from the city supporter critics. He needs to silence them.
And the criticism came because we didn't know the whole story, right? If you tell us the whole story in November,
then you got people who say it's just a PR. It's a PR thing. They put that as all PR. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. You got to just silence all that and be like, go off to the sidelines and be like, I can't hear you.
Yeah, goals change games. I want one knee. I want that sniper.
Yes.
Like, give me the sniper. Bring it back.
I'm not even pro sniper celebration, but I need it.
Except for him.
I need it. I gotta get it.
The only time I love a gun is when Phil Foden's holding an imaginary one.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. Actually, I want to do the. Actually, hold on. Because we've gone a minute 11, and I want to talk. Actually, I want to talk City women, but obviously we don't have another bunch of time to talk about it. But I want to quickly talk about Champions League, because that ended horribly awry. It didn't go great, but Cushing was pretty positive. He said something nice, but we've had time to let it marinate, sit in our soul. And I would like to know how looking back at the match, how do we feel about it? And just overall, our thoughts on the UWCL run. First, Cushing.
I think the lesson for the team is that, hunger and belief and determination will take you really, really far. This group has had a lot of stress and a lot of strain on it with the key individuals that we've got out, and that's not an excuse because, we ran Chelsea really close in every game. We beat them in one of the games, and every other game we matched them. So we've lost the game on moments today, and, we'll look at that.
Yeah. And naturally, super proud. I wish it was a 2-0 clean sheet handle, but it was out of nowhere in the first match. Kind of at the end, Viv and Carolyn had to cook at, like, the perfect things started to have to happen. But a 3-0 loss like that hurt. I did a watch along with Mark and Trev Tracy of the 12, our WSL podcast. And Mark is a Chelsea fan. Trev was just there for chaos because he's a fucking Arsenal fan. But it was fun chatting with them. I was able to kind of get my frustrations out, and even they were kind of underwhelmed by, like, we knew Chelsea were going to win, but thought the team would play with a little more consistency. They seemed stressed and worried, and that the weight of everything was on them. But naturally, overall, I mean, we handled Barca. We had some highs, but to go out this way, it's unfortunate. Always proud of the women, but I want to be able to, feel both sides, right?
Yeah, I think, again, there was just like on the men's side, there's been a lot of injuries, and it just so happened that, there's only so much that you can overcome when you're shorthanded. I think our center backs were young, if I remember correctly. So this is the biggest pressure moment you just can't give up 2 goals, right? And you're being bombarded from minute 1. It's a lot of pressure to put on young kids and not have your full complement of your starters and your stars able to be out there. It is why Pep has, well, I shouldn't say it's why. It feels like this could be why Pep has been reluctant to play those kids in bigger moments, right? Because you just don't want to put them under that kind of pressure. Or at least not in large numbers. Like 1 is probably okay. 3, 4 is probably asking a lot. So, it was disappointing the way it happened because maybe they overperformed in that first match and you kind of got some like, oh, it feels like maybe we could do it. And maybe we really weren't. That's not real. It wasn't really real. It was, overinflated or whatever. I don't know the word I'm looking for there, but so it was disappointing to lose. It was disappointing to lose in the manner that we did, but to a certain extent, it's like, what do you do when you're missing so much?
Sharpie?
See, now I'm gonna bring the sunshine and rainbows because if you would have told me that we lose Abba, Bunny, Alexandri, Greenwood. Oh shoot, I'm frozen. Hello? Can y'all hear me?
Shimizu.
We can hear you. I can hear you though.
Okay, gotcha. I'm just saying we lose all those players
Okay.
and we still compete in every match. That's the thing. And into the last one, right? Where you just run out of bodies. And he said hunger, belief, determination. Those 3 things do not equal players. And without players, you can't beat Chelsea. No, it's not even our fault. Like,
no, that's fair. No, that's
yeah,
fair.
they literally they knew what they had to do. Like being up 2-0 was almost more dangerous than if it was a draw. At least the draw feels like, okay, winner take all. When you're up 2-0, where you're down 2-0, and now Sonia Simeone's like, no, I gotta release him. I gotta let him go. And you saw what happens when she just says go. Like they have the firepower. She just held them back, which is what Mark was and Andre have been so upset about. Is like, we have the talent. She's not letting them go off. And so we got the full Chelsea experience. You can change the manager, but those players are forever. And does it give me hope for next year? Of course. Was I proud of the way we fought those first 3 and then just kind of ran out of gas? Yeah. And we haven't got to it yet. But I think the bounce back against Brighton really showed the hunger, belief, and determination of the side. Like they didn't falter after a really tough loss. So and I said in the watch along, like I gave Cushing an 8 out of 10 this month.
Mm-hmm.
With everything that's happened, all the circumstances to fight, to get a big win, even set us up for hope. Hey, I can't ask for more. If Gareth did the same thing, I feel the same way. So, credit to them and hope they finish the year off the right way.
And overall, we can move it to the Brighton game. I want to start here. During the watch along, I had told you that it sounded like he was being asked questions in a coffee shop. I have the clip.
After the performance in the first leg, going into the second game, there was confidence that we could progress, but we knew it was going to be a difficult game. At the moment, we don't have any injuries. I was just saying then about the performance team, right? Like we joke that I give them praise, but even this morning they're up early.
That was 2 separate clips. The first was the shot of espresso being pulled, and they wait for the journalist to ask the question, and then when he starts answering again, they start steaming the milk. I don't know if maybe there's just a long process, but I thought it was pretty comical. And while he's answering the question, he's glancing over there like, what is happening? What is going on over there? I love women's football, and that's why he's like, I gotta get out of here. Like, what are they doing right now? Like, what is this? Why are they not respecting us? Like, who did that? Like, fuck that person. Obviously, that's very heavy language, but come on now, you shouldn't be. Even if the place offers maybe Brighton's facilities, they do have a nice little espresso machine right over there. But you should have got there like 5 minutes earlier or something. I don't know. The conversation's only going to be 10 minutes. Can you not wait 10 minutes? I don't know. Is there not hot coffee? You just need caffeine. Just hold off for a little bit. I don't know. But Cushing persevered through the heckling via coffee machine to find a way to stay positive about the rest of the season.
Yeah, I think, as the coach, you have to analyse where we can potentially make up that ground, and it first starts with us having to win. I think, for us, we have to be in distance by those last 3 games. We know that finish that Manchester United have, so there's an opportunity, in my opinion. Although I think Mark is doing an incredible job. If we're in distance, we have to play them as well. I think that, there's an opportunity there, but for us, we don't get that opportunity if we don't make points. We don't get the points in the Brighton games and the subsequent league fixtures.
And he's not wrong. And lastly, he gave us an injury update on Hemp and Greenwood.
Lauren's still with the performance team, so that would indicate that she's not imminently returning in the sense of in my plans. Alex, on the other hand, is, as you've probably seen on the social media, is on pitch, so she's closer. For me, it's about just trusting the performance team. They're doing an incredible job. So when those players are ready, you'll start to see those players in the photographs and in the videos.
One thing I will give Cushing a shout out for, he bigs up everybody. He's bigged up the research team. He just bigged up the physios. I feel like there's different parts of the staff that he is always just like, I appreciate these people for doing these things where, I didn't know what was going on in that back area with Gareth. He was just kind of so like almost like protective of things where you just kind of don't know the flow of things and how things work back there. He just kind of made sure he answered the way that always protected the club. And Cushing's still doing it as well, but it's nice to shout out the little man, the person, the people behind the scenes that are making the club work.
Crunk, man of the people. I love it.
Yeah. It's just nice to be seen, the women, they're on international break. I hope Leah Alexandri, she didn't play against Brighton because of a little hammy problem. That game, that was the first of our doubleheader, the match, Brighton. It was, seeing that lineup, it was interesting because Leah Alexandri was on the starting 11. And I commented on it, and someone commented to me back because I was like, Kasparai, what are we doing, a back 5? Like, nah, Kasparai's right wing. And actually, Alexandria just went down the tunnel. She's injured. It's like, okay, cool. That is fun and also terrifying. That meant we got 2 young guns going, being our twin towers, because they are both pretty tall, if we're being honest. Gracie Pryor, Naomi Lazell, they kind of played the center backs in there. Because Lauren Weinother came through and handled business. She was great, honestly. I know she's been dealing with a really bad knee injury, and this was kind of one of those moments. Any person who comes back from a knee injury or just any big injury, you kind of have to put yourself out there, and it might be a little too early, but you don't know, and you got to go out there and do your thing. And she was killing it. Like, if the ball was at her foot, they were not taking her off. It was actually a very fun way to start our double feature watch along, especially because the team won. I guess, who were some of the other standouts? Sharpie and I, shout out to everybody who joined us on the watch along. Tom Baum was there also, but he's not here now. So, yeah, Sharpie, who stuck out to you in this match?
In that match, honestly, I think Mary Fowler was amazing. Like Mary was cooking. Her and Casper I combining for their first goal was beautiful. I know you talked about their friendship off the pitch, so seeing them link up on the pitch was great. Also, I think a special shout out to wait, this 11 looks so much different now when I'm looking back at it
I know
because
because
it's
it got
all out of
cleaned
source.
up. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's wild.
but I'm looking at the bench. I think when Carolyn came on, the things she was doing
Yeah,
to that right back, oh my God, it was crazy, bro. Like she really is disrespectful in the best way possible if you're a fan of hers. So that sauce and that like now was the end product there? Was it perfect? No, but man, it was just so great to watch. I love watching people get like take on 1v1. And my last one, special shout out to my girl Slow Mo. Slow Mo, Gracie Pryor. So Tarik, you remember Kyle Anderson in the NBA, played at UCLA, played for everybody.
Yes.
So Gracie Pryor, very tall, very long-legged, not the swiftest player on the pitch. And so he just came to me during the match to start calling her slow mo. And Tom got so mad. He's like, I can't stop thinking about it. Like, like every time I see her, I think about it, Charlie. It's your fault.
That's
Um,
funny.
but she's good. Like she's
She
solid.
is.
She knows herself. Her positioning as well. She was able to make the right runs, the recovery runs. So to see those two young center backs step up, and they kept a clean sheet to stoppage time. Like we were up 2-0. Thankfully, shouts to Viv. So all in all, like to finish off a really hard month with the win, said a lot about the team. And again, another injury right before the match. And again, like Brian Wilder stepped up. So super proud. Get healthy, ladies. Get healthy.
Cushing did say that it was just kind of to protect Laya, and she'll be back for the Manchester Derby after the international break. I'm just hoping Spain. Oh, is she playing? I know they got crazy things going on. I don't know. Hopefully she rests. Hopefully all of our players rest. I don't know how important this international break is. I'm going to have to look into that a little bit more. And when it comes to international football, I don't really care on men's and women's. I'll watch it, but I don't necessarily care what the competitions are. Is it the big ones? No, then cool, I guess. Yeah, I just hope everybody comes back healthy. That's all. Men's, women's, same city, same passion. That's how I feel about all of it. Anytime there's an international break with all these competitions, our players are playing. And shout out to Gareth. He talked about it for weeks before he was let go. Our team is too thin to be playing in all of these competitions.
Time to spin. Big summer on the way. Oh, also speaking of injuries on the men's side, Pep did hint that Manu and Stones could be back by the end of April, which would be really helpful to have them as options for those last 4 matches in May and possibly a FA Cup final. So hoping that we get 2 of them back. He said Nathan might be pushed close summer, like towards the summer Club World Cup. So yeah, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, Akanji, okay, they still have 3 more years on their contract. I don't think they're going anywhere anytime soon. I kind of worried about that with injuries and change needs to come, but you also need veteran presence. And those two are like consummate professionals, family men. They are the exact people that you need on a roster.
So who do you foresee us losing or letting go in the summer?
We're way too late in that episode for this. This is
I hope no defenders go. I'll say that. I want every defender back, even John Stones.
Even Stones. Oh,
yeah. We have the squad size. Like I want a full squad of 26.
Okay.
So like, give me all the defenders. Make some midfield changes. I've even understood like the idea of like literally keeping everybody and then adding 3 more bodies. So what happens? You don't have the same scenario where injuries happen and you have a crisis, right? Like, give me the big squad that Pep never wanted because we're at a place where we really need it. And so I'm fine with like people playing out their contracts. If they want to go, if Jack wants to go, great. Like I'll take everybody back in different roles. But especially defensively, like nobody's super old on the defense. So if we kept every defender, that would be great.
We're coming up on 90 minutes, so the match is about to end here. But I would say if you said a squad size of 26, I think you said, which would mean that we we'd need at least 9 because I think the max of non-homegrown players or non-English players is 17. So then to get to 26, we'd have to have 9 homegrown players. So you start thinking and doing the math. Who are those players that we could list to get us to that 26? So yeah, it would be nice to have a nice full squad. Then the issue becomes, well, so and so is upset because they're not playing. But I'd rather have that problem than the one we're having right now.
Yeah, the passport. And so as we get into the last 30 seconds of the 90, those homegrown players, front to back, you got Foden, you got Rico, McAtee, Stones.
Are you talking about this year? Because you got
Yeah,
Jack.
Nico O'Reilly, Jack, that's 6. There's another center back. I said Stones instead of Kanji. Okay, because he lost Walker.
Ake is technically homegrown.
Oh, he's homegrown? Okay.
Yeah.
So that's 7.
No, he's
So
been
yeah,
there long
so
enough.
yeah. So we can get to 9. I feel like we can make it happen. But yeah, I just want, man, go big. Just go big. Give me all the bodies.
Okay.
Stoppage time. You got it, Crunk.
Hey, no, I got nothing else. I was just going to tell people to let the listeners know where they can find you and the things that you do.
You can find me on social media, Twitter, Blue Sky at Tarik Peterson, TARIK PETERSON.
You can find me on X, Blue Sky, Instagram at Sharpie Charlie.
Please like the video, subscribe if this is the first time you're checking us out. Leave a comment on your thoughts on the episode. If you're listening on a podcast, rate, review, 5 stars, leave a comment. $6 a month. Please subscribe to our Patreon. Amazing shows going on. Forgot to talk about Litstream. Couple days. LB, the homie John, Emily Higginbotham, an amazing show. We already did a post of our guests for this month. We've got some great combination of people. Check us out. We're doing some fun things. You know the vibes. Shady gang, shady gang, shady gang.